Taysom Hill is obviously... Let me just read you some stats from Taysom Hill. And you tell me if he's worth anything. Okay? Last year, 65 passing yards. 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. This is what I'm going to kind of go with as well. Rushing the ball. He had 27 attempts for 156 yards and 1 touchdown. And I believe in there he also had a receiving touchdown as well. But that's all the stats right now you have on Taysom Hill. The New Orleans Saints are asking for putting a first round tender on Taysom Hill. And at first when I heard about it, I was like, is he really worth a first round draft pick? Like when you hear those stats, I'm not saying that he's not talented. He's definitely a talented player. When you see him on the field, my guy has been playing offense, special teams. The dude is a dominant player. And at first I was like, a first round tender? You guys are asking way too much for this dude. Way too much. But then I stepped back, I was like, oh, it's probably just they know no one's going to give up a first rounder for this guy. So we're putting this tender on him. So no one can touch him. Because no one will touch him for a first rounder. And if you are, you're going to be that stupid to take a first round to lose a first round draft pick on this guy. Yeah. The Saints, they definitely just believe that Taysom Hill is their future. That he's their starting quarterback. But what have we seen that's made us all believe he's a future starting quarterback? That's the thing. It's not the fact that can he play football. He can play football. Tim Tebow could play football. Okay? I know they're two different players. I understand that. I was a huge Tebow fan when that whole Tebow mania was going out. I met Tebow in person. Very nice guy. Loves everything about Tebow. Gave a great motivational speech. I'm saying with Tim Tebow, though, he could play football. He was a football player. Was he a starting quarterback? No. Personally, I think if he would have been given the chance, I think he could have turned something different. But that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But with Tebow, he just wasn't built to be a starting quarterback. And that's fine. Taysom Hill, how do we know he's a starting quarterback? The only throws he has made has been off trick plays. Okay? And he hasn't even completed them all. He's 3 for 6 on them. Again, 55 yards last year. So, how are we so sure that Taysom Hill is a starting quarterback? And I get it. Sean Payton's watching him during practice. We don't get practice access like Sean Payton has. Behind the scenes, film study. We don't get that. But the Saints see this. Again, I don't have anything to show that Taysom Hill is a starting quarterback. I have nothing that I'm seeing that says, yep, that's a guy I'd want to spend a first-round draft pick on. He's definitely talented. He definitely can make plays when needed. Whether it's in special teams, whether that's on a punt, I know it's still special teams, whether it's on offense, throwing the ball, running the ball, catching it, whatever it is, he can still make those plays, yes. But I just don't know. I personally don't see it right now. I just don't. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm saying I just don't see it. At what point do we sit there and say, yeah, he's a starting quarterback? Like, does anyone, do you guys actually believe he's a starting quarterback? Just anybody. Does anyone think that this guy's a starting quarterback? Not knocking him. I just haven't seen anything yet. And if you do, great. But I just don't. And that's my opinion. I'm sure one day he'll prove me wrong. And when he does, I'll be watching. That's all I do right now.